but he said I'll take a test anytime. But he didn't say, well, guess what? I'm gonna take a test tomorrow.
Now, did I hear somebody say there was that some tests were done and the results haven't been released?
Yeah, you was listening. You was listening earlier. You know what was said.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying, did
that's
I
what your
hear
buddy
somebody say
35
that?
said.
Who
No,
said
that's what
it?
35 said. That's what your homeboy 35 in D-Town said. And
Now,
I see
were
he
the
popped
tests
off there
done
real
though?
quick.
Were those tests
And Vada,
done?
he said Vada. They said
Hey, I
Vada.
got a good one. Hey, me and D35 had a great conversation one on one today, and I was telling him about Baumgartner begging to be snack tested, and when she wasn't, guess what? She got busted.
Mm.
He had nothing to say about that. See, Bud next. Let Bud take another test outside of Violent. Let's see what happens.
Now, when should he take
And
the
I
test?
don't think his mother would care. His mother his mother has been enjoying the fruits of his
His
labor
labor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so to
Might
the
have been
point where
oh
enjoying
yeah.
it, but
so
you
she
still
could
gotta.
care less. It ain't like she's gonna look bad. It ain't her family gonna look bad. They could walk anywhere in Nebraska and still be loved,
Oh
no matter
God.
what.
This dude said, when does the boots attack start happening? He would snack.
Why is somebody gonna attack
Wow.
Boots?
So because that's what this guy commented in
Boots
the
ain't even
comment
with snack,
section.
man. Boots ain't even with snack like
Boots
that.
not with snack.
Boots said
Boots
he ain't
not with
never gave that
He
Bama no
not with
blood or
snack.
anything. Once you get that,
Yeah, he not with
once you
snack,
can,
man. He not with
once
snack.
you give that back, a lot of people take the supplements,
What up,
but
cooking
Boots
with
has
Frank?
never given Conte any blood to analyze it to see whether or not he may be lacking this or may need more of this or something
Right,
else.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But because of Victor Conte's influence, it looks good on Conte's resume. Oh, I got
Oh,
Boots as far as taking my stuff. You know what I'm
when
saying?
does the boots cheating on snack
I can
campaign
get
start?
Conte's I can get some snack. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's not gonna look good on Victor Conte's resume if I get it. But
Right.
Boots, oh man. So
And
it's like
earlier,
So they're
and earlier.
attacking
Look,
him just because he's been over there, or what?
nah,
they're
he
attacking him
just
because he associated somewhere. He wears the snack shirt sometimes. They
right.
seen him with the snack
Yeah.
shirt on, shorts
He's
and
doing
stuff like that.
endorsements though, right? He's doing endorsements, right?
Yeah.
Endorsing. But the thing is, when they said earlier, we gotta remember that they say, okay, Terrence and EJ did the testing 8 weeks. This is what D said. This is what D35 said. Oh, they did 8 weeks before the fight, and yeah, Victor Conte did it, but they didn't say nothing about the test being negative or positive, right? So we already know that EJ is a clean fighter, but we do not know that Bud is a clean fighter. He's just as dirty as he can be. I tell you that.
Look, if Bud was clean, I believe he would. I think, but based on the way he's been reacting online with Twitter and stuff, he would have went to VOD and said, "Give me the results of that test. I want it right
Yeah,
now, so I can
yeah,
put it out
yeah.
there."
I
Based
think
on the
so
way he's
too.
been
Yeah.
reacting, based on
I
the way he's
wish
been
he
reacting,
would. I wish he would. I think that would
he
result. That
won't
would
do it
resolve.
if it's dirty though.
Right,
We
right,
don't
right.
know
And
if
then
it's
they say
dirt.
the
That's why I
person,
said I wish he
But
would.
if it was clean, he would. Man, he would put that out there so fast. Man, he
yeah.
would think. He would
Listen,
think boxing
they
outlet would
said
be like
earlier.
we be done, right? We be
No,
Yeah,
you
right,
wouldn't.
right, right.
No, you wouldn't.
no, we're
No,
not
you wouldn't.
necessarily
Hey,
completely.
No,
All I'm saying
right.
is
I would
that
say he cycled out of some craziness like that.
well, he hasn't done
Hey,
it.
but earlier the stipulation was that the WBA sanctioned if you have the WBA, it sanctioned you to take the test through WADA, right? But that's funny because the same WBA is the same sanctioning body that wouldn't give him his belt.
All they take that blood for is they don't take it for like steroid. The test is not for steroids after the fights for like different stuff, marijuana,
Yeah,
from what I
it's
understand.
for it's for barbiturates. That's all it's for. It's for barbiturates
You know what I'm
and
saying?
alcohol.
And
That's
it's
it.
like why deal with Victor Conte with the talent you have? You already know it's gonna loom over your head, and at the same time, you have too many elements around you that should
Hmm.
be wise enough to tell you already. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
So
right,
if he's gonna
right,
be so if he's gonna be bold enough to do it anyway, who's to say he's bold enough to do anything else?
right, right. Because he needed that help, bruh. He needed that. He needed that
Right.
boost. let's be clear. Let's be clear. No pun intended.
You can look at his
Let's be
facial
clear,
tissues
right?
after the fight. His facial tissues was like, "Oh, I'm about to get caught. And let me not be
Oh
too
yeah,
happy
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
gonna come out."
yeah,
He does
yeah,
not
yeah.
have
Yeah.
the
He
He
steroids
he
in his
showed
system.
he showed no enjoyment after that victory.
As,
He showed no enjoyment.
Is that what
if
he's
he
now
came in that
being
fight looking like
crucified
he
for as well? Because he
he
didn't
showed
enjoy the
enjoyment
victory?
at the avocado, Avenesia. He was happy at the
yeah,
Yeah, he
Avenesia
right.
was
fight.
happy
Yeah,
because
He was,
if
he
he
knew the steroids were working.
Ross got a point, y'all. Ross got a point. If he would have came in there looking like he looked size wise in that David Avenesian fight, he would have got his tail and keystrew whooped all the way back to Omaha
By
but
who?
by Spence.
by
Spence was
EJ.
never going to be
That's
able
the
to
purpose of
Spence,
delaying the
Spence
fight,
would have
Greg.
look.
Greg, that was the purpose. He didn't take the fight in November. He
People
had
always.
to get the stuff to working.
That's
I
that's
admit,
not
Spence did
true.
not look good
That's
that
not
night.
true at all.
I'm gonna
That's
be the first
true.
Nah,
person to
he
say
didn't.
that.
Nah, he
Nah,
didn't.
nah,
He
nah,
didn't.
nah, nah.
But when you look at the way he looked in the weigh-in, I'm almost sure when Spence saw him in the weigh-in, he was like, "Whoa, this dude bigger than big." You know what I'm saying? Way bigger than me. And I think, and I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm thinking he's like, man,
As
I'm
soon as
gonna
he
have. I'm
cycle
gonna.
off, he ain't gonna be the same fighter.
Oh no, even with the
However he's gonna
even
cycle off,
he
we're
could
gonna
be the
see him
same fighter. He
154.
could be the same fighter and better. And I guarantee you, Spence is gonna beat him in this rematch. You know why? Because a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
You
Oh
know. You
yeah.
know why? I'm gonna tell you why,
Oh yeah.
Mr. Greg. Because
I
people
hear
like you all always think that even D town, y'all think that basically a boxer's a boxer. That's them. Whatever. We're talking about Earl Spence. Earl Spence is not, to me, the normal fighter. To me,
Right.
he's an individual. He's an individual. He
Mhm.
already knows his shortcomings and the things that he's good at. And
Right.
he's the type who's willing to accept his shortcomings and change his shortcomings and say, you know what, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do that. And if I can't do that, I
Mhm.
don't need to be in that ring.
Right.
Mhm.
I
Uh-huh.
Right.
And
agree
then
with those man.
everybody thinking like Mars say he gonna throw these same sloppy jabs and overhand. Oh, okay. Keep thinking that. He already knows
Right.
that was his shortcoming for the first fight. You
And
know
you
what I'm
think
saying?
he's
Right.
gonna be different?
Of course.
No, of course he
That
Of
is.
course
and
he
that,
gonna be different. What kind
and
of
He's
that
an
what you
and that
You
mean?
Olympian.
look,
that's
look,
exactly
Mr.
what you should be
Hold
thinking.
on,
That
Mr.
he's
Greg,
going to
Mr.
be
Greg, Mr.
different
Greg,
finally.
Mr.
He gonna be
Greg,
sober first of
You think he
all.
gonna be the same?
Mr. Greg. Let me tell you something. The reason why I give Crawford credit is because when I look at the Avenesian and Porter fight, there was nothing that Crawford would have to change while looking at those fights, as far as
Right.
being able to beat Crawford. But now that
Right.
he's been in there with him and he saw, oh, this is the Crawford. I got to train for this Crawford, not the Crawford that beat Avenesia or the Crawford that beat Porter. This Crawford.
Right.
So
I'm
in other
glad
words,
you
he has
said
to.
that. I'm
So
glad you said that.
so that being said, that means he has to adjust a lot of different things that have to deal with footwork, speed, more timing, head movement. Before he never had to do that before, but now it's one of those things where hey, I can do that. He can do that. They growing up in the same generation, looking up to the same fighters, and even imitates a lot of those same fighters. Just because he didn't do it most of his career doesn't mean he doesn't mess around like that sometimes when he's in camp. So now he has to take it more serious. Footwork, head
Oh,
movement, right hand, using his
oh,
right
he's
hand more
finally
often.
going to be taking it seriously. But what y'all
No,
forget,
I said,
the
He
but
thing,
been taking it
hold on,
serious.
no, he
Mr.
has
Greg.
not. No, he has
No,
Yes,
not.
hold on,
he
Mr. Greg.
has.
If he
Nah,
hasn't,
y'all not about to
then
play Spence like that.
Mr. Greg, since he hasn't been taking it that serious, why is he making all
I
that money fighting the way he has been
love
making?
it.
His has
Because
been
he's
fighting.
been able to win.
He's been able to win,
But
dropping
why you
cats.
acting like
Because
he ain't been fighting nobody? He been
I
fighting
never
for
said he
belts.
didn't fight anybody. You never
but
heard
what
me
but the
say
way
Uh-uh.
he's been winning,
about
he's been
anybody
able to win.
before.
But the way he's been winning is what make people feel as though he is the A side.
Exactly.
Look at the way Terrence Crawford fights. Oh, he's
Hmm.
boxing, he's moving heads, he's going back, he's doing this and that, he's getting hit a whole lot, and then he wins. So guess what? At the
And
end of the
he
day,
turned it,
he's looking
and
good,
he
he's
did it
winning, but
better than he's ever
he's
done
not
it
A side
before.
material.
And that was the first time y'all saw him look that good. So you
That was
believe he
that was
cheated.
the first time. But
Now,
guess
what
what?
you're
If
going
he'd
to
have done
see at
that,
154, you're going to see an
look,
even better
If that was
Terrence
the
if he'd have
Crawford.
done
I
that
so
four
doubt
so
it.
fights
so
ago, had he
30
I
done that
some
doubt
four,
fights
it.
and that's the first time we see him look that good.
had he done that 4 fights ago, guess what? he
But
wouldn't
why
have to
would it
worry
have to
about
be
getting
4 fights
50%.
ago?
No, when
Why
had
would it have
Earl,
to be
look,
4 fights
look,
ago?
had Bud Crawford been fighting like that 4 fights ago, he would never have to worry about asking 50%,
But
right?
why did it have to be 4 fights ago that
Well,
y'all
2 fights
first saw
ago,
it?
1 fight ago.
Y'all saw it for the first time,
What I'm
and you
saying
don't
is,
believe it.
listen to me. No, if he'd fought like that 2 fights ago, he would have been able to say, I want 50%, right?
But
I
wouldn't
think
it have been
somebody
the
in the
Right.
first
back was
time?
trying to get on.
What I'm trying to say is, wouldn't it have still been a first
Probably some
time
help
that
for
y'all
Greg.
saw
If
him?
he'd have fought like that 2 fights ago, Earl
You
Spence would have
still
fought
not
differently
listening.
that night.
You
He would have
still
trained
not
differently.
okay. He didn't.
He
You
did.
saw
Now
it
you
for
saying
the
he didn't. I'm
I'm
explaining to
saying
you.
I'm saying Earl. I'm saying Earl didn't train differently.
If he, that's what I'm saying. Had
Too
Earl
bad.
too bad. Now you're saying
Too
too
bad.
bad. What I'm saying
Earl
is
should have been
now
prepared.
that's too
And
bad and
Earl
he
should have been.
lost. Now that's too bad and he
Earl
lost.
should have
He's
been.
gonna go in there and
Oh,
show
wait.
Terrence Crawford.
I never thought Earl was going to win.
I didn't say
I
you
said
did.
Earl was going to lose
I didn't say you did.
easily before the
My
fight
What
with
I
brother, my
said
LeBron.
brother,
was
we all know Earl didn't
what
come in at
what I'm
100%. Let's
saying
just
is
leave it
That's
that
at
not the
that.
point. The
Mr.
point
Greg,
is
Mr. Greg, all I'm saying
y'all
is
saw Spence the way y'all saw him, and y'all saw Bud for the first time the way you saw him.
that's the first time you
It
saw
was
him like that
going.
too, right?
It was going
Is
to
that
be the first.
Yeah.
that was the first
It
time you
was
saw him like
going to
that?
be the first time, regardless.
That's the first time you saw him like that.
Of
Right. That's the
course,
first time
that's
you
what I
saw him
What I'm
like
Mr.
that.
saying
Greg,
is,
Mr.
what I'm
Greg, let me
saying
ask
is,
you a
what I'm
question,
expected it.
saying
Mr.
is, if he
Greg.
fought David Avenetia like that, when he by the time he got there with Spence, that fight would have been different. Spence
Mr.
would have
Greg,
fought
I
him
got a
different.
quick question for you.
Listen to what I have
Uh,
said. I expected to see Spence better. He wasn't. I expected to see Bud better. He was. I said all of this. This
If
is not
you can
new.
expect
I'm
all
not
you
saying
want,
nothing new.
no, but did you expect Bud to look the way he did against
Yes,
Avenetia? Avenetia against Avenetia?
I expected Bud to look better against Avenesia as
No.
well,
All
but he
right, but
didn't.
was he? Was he?
No,
So that's what I'm saying.
but I'm
A lot
saying
of fighters
I had
look at their
expectations.
opponent based on their
I don't know.
previous fights.
I expected you to be. I expect Bud to do better every time he fights. That's
He
what
didn't.
I
He
Did he
didn't.
look
He
expected.
did
worse against
not.
Avenetia?
But he didn't
He
look
didn't.
good against
He didn't
Avenetia
knock
because
Right.
he
Avenesia
was
down in the
there.
second round.
So I expected him to look better
So
against
what I'm
Spence
saying
because that
is,
was the biggest fight
boxers
ever.
as Spence when he Spence saw that fight, he did not prepare for the Crawford that he fought against. He prepared for the Crawford that, and I'm not saying it's Bud's fault. That's on him. That's
Oh,
on,
okay.
Spence,
all I'm
Spence
saying.
didn't. Spence
All I'm
didn't
saying is
prepare for the steroid Crawford.
now that he fought that Crawford, you better believe it's gonna be a different fight this time.
Well, he needs to train better.
Different,
He didn't
Here's,
not
prepare
better.
for the
Different.
steroid Crawford.
my
Now
point.
he's gonna prepare for
He,
the
need, he,
steroid
We
Crawford.
can't even
he,
say
need,
it was his training, though. We
he
don't even know
needs,
if it was really his training. He wasn't even able to execute properly during the fight. So
all of
who's
this
to
is
say it was his
guesswork.
training?
What did y'all expect from Spence on that fight?
The beat up Crawford.
And
Pressure,
what did
pressure.
you see?
Nah, what I saw
I ain't see him
between
do nothing.
what I saw
Okay.
Crawford and Spence in that fight, what I saw was the same thing in the Mike Tyson against Holyfield that first fight when Holyfield didn't back up and Mike Tyson was going for the head. If Mike Tyson would have stayed to the body, oh,
Right.
right.
Yep.
This is the first fight I ever seen Errol Spence in, and he did not go to the body consistently. And he didn't go to the body and move around the body while he was going to the body. So I
Right.
was like, I don't know where mentally he was. I think he really wanted it so much that it dominated his ability, his plan. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just stay to the body, move around. The head will come. You know what I'm saying? He just stayed up top. You know what I'm saying? Which is which you shouldn't do if you're as good as a body puncher as Spence is. He should just stay to the body, go around, throw some jabs here and there, move around, go to the body again. And you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people when you look at the liver is underneath your the right part of your front rib and the side. So you don't have to always hit the same part of the liver when you're going to the body. You have to work the whole joint. So by the time you hit any point real hard, it's over. And that's what I used to see Earl do a lot to the point where he wasn't always dropping cats with liver shots, but cats were aware to the point where they
He
said, you
kept
know
hitting
what,
him
I'm
in the
not going to give you
same
that.
spot
You can have
over
my
and
eye.
over and
You can
over.
have my eye, but I ain't going to give you my liver.
And what did you expect to see from Bud in that fight?
I expected
Him
Bud to
not
move
being able
around.
to expect the pressure.
I expected Bud to be on his bicycle.
I expected Bud to outbox Spence, which is what I said. I expected
I
Bud
didn't.
to counter punch him. I didn't expect Bud to knock him out, however, but I did
Did you
expect him
expect?
to
Did you?
easily. I expected Bud, and I said this
His
long ago,
gloves was
to
tampered with,
easily
man.
beat Spence.
Mr. Greg,
It had
those were
nothing to
manipulated
do with the
gloves, Mr.
steroids that
Greg.
came up. Nothing had
Mr.
to do with the
Greg, those were
glove.
manipulated gloves, man.
No,
I
they
don't
weren't.
care what anyone says. You can't.
Greg,
You,
come on, Greg.
That's
Mr.
why we're
Greg,
in.
Greg,
That's why we're in this space right now.
right?
Because
Because you know
Greg,
why
I
we're in
come
this
on,
space right now.
man.
and
I
y'all
was
see it
talking to the
another
cats
way. That's
earlier.
all.
Roy
That's
Jones
all.
said. Roy Jones said he fought at a time where he was the man. He said he had never seen anyone who face got like that so early in a fight. He fought Vinny Pazia. Vinny Pazia been in a car accident too, had a broken neck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hmm.
he's seen a lot. And a lot of boxers aren't saying certain things. I don't know what it is, but if Roy said it,
Hey,
it's
listen.
definitely something that they all agree with, but they're not saying something.
Hey, if Jim Lampley said Bud cheated, you know something was right. Because
Well,
nobody, Jim Lampley is a
I love
Ku
Story,
Bud.
here's
Klux
the
Klan
story.
racist.
Is that
He's a
Jim Lamb
racist.
said
He
Bud?
even said Bud was cheating.
He did.
Yeah, pull it
I,
up. Jim Lampley said
okay,
Bud cheated in the fight.
Because
okay. I didn't
gloves
see
don't
that.
do that. Gloves knuckles don't do that when
Yeah,
they're in the
Jim
glove.
Lampley racist Bud was like, yeah, he cheated.
And when you look
I
at the
got to
side
see
of
that one.
Errol's face, when you look at the side of Errol's face with the same dent that Deontay Wilder had, don't make it seem as if, oh well, Bud just hit that hard. Bud hit hard
You,
as hard as Tyson Fury. Come on, no, he has the same advisor as Tyson Fury, Daniel Canahan.
yeah, y'all pull it up. I should
Y'all,
pull it. Yeah, Jim Lampley said Bud cheated.
I got to see that one because Jim Lampley usually don't say anything like that.
And you know Jim Lampley ain't got no dog in the fight.
You ain't got nothing to lose no more.
Right. He
Now,
like, hey,
now
Bud was cheating.
I didn't bet on the fight because I don't bet anymore, so it didn't matter to me. But I always felt that Bud was going to win.
It mattered to you the way you be defending him. It
Oh,
matters.
what I'm seeing is, and this is my feeling, that
Mhm.
the vast majority of Spence supporters are also PBC supporters, and they are angry and hurt feelings. Not saying y'all. I
I'm
said the
hurt.
vast
I ain't gonna lie, I'm
majority.
hurt.
That's and they're angry that Bud beat him in the way that he did.
The
So
way he beat him is
yeah, the
dead.
way that he did, yes, that does bring the only thing that I say that y'all have, which I consider legitimate, is the question about Victor Conte. That's the only
Okay,
thing.
Mhm.
Everything else,
okay. Victor Conte is one thing, but we got to still look at
So
the
you
way.
so you saying those gloves don't you don't see nothing funny about his
no,
glove?
no,
Oh
no.
my god.
So it's
Okay,
okay.
so I'm saying, did you see something funny about the gloves during the Avenisha fight?
I just said no.
Wow,
The,
he's buff.
on-
Go
the,
ahead.
the only thing that I see that y'all have a good argument for circumstantial evidence is Victor Conte.
Right. You know
Why
why you
Bud
said,
went
hold
to
on.
Victor Conte, I can't even
The
explain.
gloves, hold on.
But
Ross
you're
has
trying
shown
to make me
pictures.
see the
Ross has
gloves,
shown pictures.
and I
Ross has
already said that I don't feel the gloves have a problem.
hold
I
on.
don't have any
Ross has
problem
shown
with
pictures.
any of the
Ross,
gloves.
Mr. Greg, Ross has shown picture where this man
I've seen
is
them
he
all.
right, wait, but let me finish saying what I'm saying so it can have context. So it can have some context. He opens up his hands. So since he opened up his hands with the gloves, he can cover the top of his head while
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time extending his elbow to cover his ribs, right?
Go ahead and finish. Because
I'm just saying, right?
I'm trying to see where you're going.
Right or
I'm
wrong,
trying
right
to
or
see
wrong.
where you're going.
Right or wrong. If you can extend your hand, your if you can extend your hand and cover the top of your head with your glove, and
Let's just say you can do that. Let's get to
okay,
where
you
you're
ain't
going.
saying, well, I'm saying what I'm saying is true. So you are defending the sweet science is because it's called a sweet science because there are certain things you can and can't do simultaneously, and your instincts and your ability to box is what is going to help you win, or should I say, make you different among other as far as other fighters. So Bud doesn't have to worry about that because he's wearing certain gloves anyway.
He's wearing horsehair gloves.
Horsehair
Period.
MX2 gloves. But what I'm saying is, fighters are not supposed to be able to open their hands the way
Who
he
told
did.
y'all that? Wait a minute. Who told y'all that?
Who told me what?
That you
That
can't open your you can't open your hand in
all
the
right,
air.
Yeah.
Mr. Greg, Mr. Greg.
No. Who told
My
you that?
coach told me that. My coach, Jerry Jones, he
Mhm.
fought a
When you put
lot.
your gloves on,
I said, Coach, um, you ain't supposed to be able to open your hands, right? He said, nah, no, you're not.
really, your coach told you that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry your coach told you that. That's not true.
Okay, you're telling me that, but what
But
I'm
the
saying
only
is,
thing that I'm going to say, you see, you on the thing about the gloves. I get it. I'm not disrespecting you, so please don't think I'm doing that because I don't do that to anybody. The only if y'all going to talk about this, and we are, I don't agree about the gloves. That nothing's going to change
so
there.
what does a boxer hit another boxer with?
So, Greg, why? How did
What
Spence
does
get
a
those
boxer?
bruises on his
What
face?
does a boxer hit another boxer with? The gloves, right? So if you don't agree with the gloves, you can't
I
agree with the
don't
fight.
agree something is wrong with the gloves. That's what I'm saying.
If
How did
something is
Spence face get bruised up like that?
Because he was getting punched in his face and in his head.
No, but he punched David Avenesian
So
and a bunch of
are
other
y'all
fighters like
are-
that. Nothing
so,
happened to their face.
so just because it didn't happen to one, it can't happen to none.
he hitting other fighters with overhand rights,
Come on,
overhand,
man.
Once
Stop it,
using
again,
his
Greg.
using his
once
whole
again,
body,
y'all think so.
his
Then
whole
y'all
body weight.
so what y'all are saying is what you're saying is
What I'm
that
saying is
on
that
the
it's
night
okay for you to
on the
support
night
your
that Bud
fighter,
fought,
but you have to admit that something wasn't right.
On the night that
I'm
Bud
glad.
fought Spence, Spence was worse than everybody else that Bud
That
fought.
don't mean the skin got to or
Yes,
skin in
it
his bones
does.
got to be
Because
affected like that.
if you're that bad,
Hold
you're
on.
bad all the way
Oh,
around.
no, hold on. So
Oh my
Deontay
God.
Wilder, when
I know
Deontay
you
Wilder,
never heard though. You don't like
hold
y'all
on,
don't like the pushback.
when Deontay Wilder
Oh, the
fights a lot of
pushback is
fighters,
fine.
do you think Terrence Crawford hit harder than Deontay Wilder?
No,
Then why
Then how come
that
he
has
ain't bruised
happened
nobody face up?
like that? And he
Yeah.
and he be catching them like that. White boys.
well,